Alright, so for today we're going to be changing the oil in one of the self-serve pumps. Now this needs to be done every 3 months, and we keep track of when we're doing the oil changes on these tags, and we record the date. Now, before we even get started, and I've already done this, we need to cone off the bay of the pump associated with it at each end, so no one can pull into the bay and start using the pump. We don't want a customer using a bay that doesn't have a pump that's working. So make sure you cone that off. And then as an extra precaution, we're going to turn off the breaker associated with the pump. Now to do this right, to make sure you get the right breaker, I like to hit the start button a couple times, and that turns the light on for this pump. And then we can go to this chart here and look up the pump, and we're going to be doing pump 1, and that's breakers 25, 27, and 29. And they're labeled here, 25, 27, 29. So I'm going to hit that, and that turns the light off. So I know I turned off the right set of breakers. So now this pump will not operate. Even if somebody puts money in the bay, the pump's not going to turn on, because if the pump was to turn on without oil, we would probably destroy the pump. So the next step, we're going to remove the oil fill cap here. And we do that because when we're draining the oil, it allows air to enter through here and the oil will drain out faster. And you're going to learn quickly that the oil does not drain out of these pumps very fast. It takes a while. So each pump here has a tube coming off the bottom pointing straight down. We'll get a shot of that. And it's got a plug on the end and a valve. Now the valve keeps the oil from coming out, and the plug helps too. So we are going to loosen the plug here. We'll unscrew it. And we'll set that in a place that we're not going to lose it. So now take your drain bucket and put it right underneath the hose, and then all you have to do is open the valve. And I don't know if you can see it, but oil's draining out of that at a slow rate. And that'll probably take about 10 minutes per pump. You can try to do 2 at a time to make things go faster, but make sure you have both lanes blocked off if you're going to do that, or both bays. Alright, now that our pump has finished draining, we're going to reinstall the plug. Now before we can do that, we have to use a coating of Teflon tape. So we just pull out a little strip here. Now anytime you're putting on Teflon tape on threads, you have to wrap it the right way. You want to have the threads pointing down, and put the Teflon tape on and wrap to the right. And you do that because when we install the plug, we're going to be twisting it clockwise, and you want to make sure the way you're twisting flows with the direction of the tape. If you put the tape on backwards, then as you install it, it's going to peel the tape back, and we want it to go along with the threads of the plug. So now we'll put the plug back in. I'm just going to shut the valve to close. And screw the plug back in. And the reason why we have the plug is just in case the valve were to start leaking. If it were to fail and no one's around to see that it's leaking, we might have a pump that could completely drain with oil, and then if a customer was to use it, again, that would probably destroy the pump. So the valve's closed and the plug is installed, so we're done with that part. Now we're going to refill the pump. And we do that using a cut-off 20-ounce pop bottle. This seems to be the best and quick, most efficient method. So I'm going to fill it up. pouring the oil in using this 20 ounce, we found it's best if you just pinch the sides, and it kind of channels the oil right in the hole. Now, what's going to be important when filling these pumps is filling it to the correct mark. Each pump has a little window on the back here, a little bubble, and I hope you can see it. And this is our oil indicator bubble. And when you can see the oil level will actually be displayed through this bubble. And you want to stop when it reaches that orange dot. So when the oil is halfway up the bubble and across the orange dot, that's when you know that it's full. And then when you're done with that, when the oil level is at the right spot, you can go ahead and put your fill cap back on. And then go ahead and test the pump, make sure it sounds right, make sure there's not anything knocking, and that it's, it sounds smooth. And then if everything checks out, look for leaks, and if there's anything like that, then you can remove the cones and you're all set.